Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I really just want to talk about some of the struggles that I face with being disabled, and I'm sure it's other people out there who are disabled who can relate and understand and feel where I'm coming from. So one of the major struggles of being disabled, I would say, is income. So speaking from my experience, my own life, I only get one check a month, and that is to last me the whole month. Not every week, not every 2 weeks. Now y'all know that's not enough money for nobody to live off of. I feel like with me being disabled, it's basically like, here, take this. You're disabled. You don't matter to the world. You can't work, can't do nothing. Take this and try to make it work. And that's not fair. I'm gonna give y'all an example. Years ago, because I have had a couple of jobs, when I was younger. Like my first job was when I was in high school through the work-study program. But the last job that I had was a few years ago. I was like 23. Yeah, I was 23. I was excited to work. I got hired on to work for a company named Bye Bye Baby. I'm pretty sure you're probably familiar with that store. So I used to work for them. It was part-time, and I really enjoyed it. Like, I learned a lot working in retail. It was a really nice, experience. And, with being disabled, to finally be accepted into a job, it was, I felt good getting up going to work. I was only there at Bye Bye Baby for almost a year because I ended up relocating. And when I moved, they cut my checks, the government. They started just cutting them. They literally took every dime back that I made working at Bye Bye Baby. That really discouraged me because it's like, I got a little job. I have a desire to work like any other, well, for most people. If you have a desire to get up and go to work and make money, take care of your, family or whatever. So that discouraged me to the point where I don't even look for like a job, really, because when you're disabled, you are allowed to make a little money on the side without it being like an issue or problem to the point that they will cut your checks. But y'all know, in today's world, jobs want you to basically be a slave. They want you to really be able to work and be on call. And since I'm disabled, it's not like that for me. It's a lot different for me. So since I am disabled, me working like without them cutting my checks, it's kind of hard to find a job who wants to hire you, especially if I just worked at this store for almost a year and it was part-time. It's not like I was rich and just making just thousands of dollars. They didn't like that and they took every dime back, and that's not fair because at the end of the day, I'm still human. I still have bills. I have a family just like anybody else. And that's another reason I feel like a lot of stuff is playing with my mental health. Like not being able to work, it's like you just don't matter in the world. Cause I can't go out and work. I'm gonna do anything if I don't have no money. And I'm grateful and I'm very blessed because, I have things that, people who are disabled wish they had. Like, not a lot of people that's disabled have an accessible vehicle to get around places and stuff. So we were blessed to find one that was already equipped and for us to be able to get around. So I can say I am still blessed with that. Another struggle of being disabled, I would have to say, is accessible places. Like, every place is not accessible. It's not made for people that's disabled. For example, we were attending a church for a couple of years. I had to drive into the street. My sister and I had to drive into like a street to get into the church where it's a flat surface, because everywhere around it, it had like a little stump. But that was a problem because I feel like every place should be made accessible, at least getting into the building, And another thing was that church, it had 2 ways to get in and out, and I only can get in and out on one way. So like if there was an emergency where I had to go through like the back of the church, I couldn't do that because it had stairs in the back. So I feel like accessible places is another issue with being disabled. Also, houses and apartments and stuff, I feel like they could be more accessible. You know, when we looking for a place, like we move, we always kind of gotta really get a good look to be able to make sure we can get into places in the home. Like for example, we lived in a house where the bathroom door space was really small. So my sister and I, our chairs cannot fit. So what my mom had to do was every day, we had this bathroom all day, every day. She would have to lift us up and walk us in to the bathroom, in and out. Like able-bodied people, they don't have to really worry about this type of issue. Like if a place has stairs or not. And I hate that still it's 2022 and we still are struggling to, you know, it being accessible, places are being accessible, you know. I mean, I try to avoid places that are not accessible when it comes to going to different church services. If it's not accessible, you know, I don't like to go. I just recently went to a church and like some months ago, and they had a stairs, no flat surface or nothing. It just was stairs on both sides, in the front, the back. It was just stairs. I just feel like with all these different buildings, things, it shouldn't be like that because it's more than just disabled people. It's elderly people. Another struggle of being disabled is gonna have to be dealing with insurance. I told y'all in the video about me being denied of my wheelchair, and I have to get on the phone basically and talk to insurance. I don't feel like a person has to do that. Y'all know I have a disability. It's in writing. It's been like this for years. There should be no issue with me getting something that I need and every feature that I need with the chair. We don't have a lot of money as it is, so it was one point my mom was paying for this out of pocket, which was almost $100. And I need this. This is my speaking valve. You know, it goes over my trach. If I'm not making any, if we don't have any money, how can I keep affording this every few months? You know, like, I don't like that, having to deal with insurance not covering certain equipment or supplies. I feel like we know I need this stuff. Because who wants to be in this type of situation? You see them arguing on the phone with insurance on why you need something. Like, you know, they print up new money every single day. It shouldn't be no problem, you know? And I want to add something with the whole income thing. I have been to college a couple of times, and I had got to the point like when I couldn't work no more, you know, thinking of school and stuff like that. But then I think like, okay, I finished school, then what? How am I gonna make money if they gonna be cutting it? I went to college for this time, so I almost feel like school was just like pointless. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I try to think of everything that I can say. This is just some of my struggles of being disabled. I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm speaking for myself. But I'm sure other people can relate. So y'all just talk to me in the comments. It doesn't matter if you disabled or not. Y'all just, you know, comment. Let me know what y'all think about the video. And I'll see y'all in the next video.